Hello and welcome. My name is Ron Schisler. I'm an executive chef for the Marriott Corporation, and this is a tape designed to improve your daily skill level in knife handling and safety. This tape will demonstrate how to use a knife and sharpen it correctly.
It's going to move on you every time you cut. Let me show you a real neat trick to stop that from happening. Take a wet bar towel, spread it out on the table, and then set your cutting board on top of the bar towel. See how that's just firm? That's not moving at all. I can put lots of pressure on that and that won't move. That'll move the table before you'll move the cutting board. Let me show you real quick. You want to hold the knife, take your finger and put it right in this little slot. That's what it's made for. Take it and grip it, and your thumb is out of the way. You want to use your fingers, take your fingers. You don't want to hold them out like this because what happens is you're going to start cutting your fingers off. You want to roll your fingers under and use your knuckles as a guide. Now a French knife is designed to work in a rocking motion. Like this. Keep the tip down, don't bring the tip up. And just rock it back and forth. And again, get your knuckles in there, roll your fingers under, and use your knuckle as a guide. Okay? Let me show you with a piece of food product here. This is a zucchini. I'm going to trim the ends, and I'll slice it in half. Okay? Now, I want to cut this on a bias. I use my knuckle as a guide, keeping the tip on the cutting board. Now, if I was really fast, take your product, put your thumb in the back like this, and roll your fingers under. See how you can hold that? It's almost like a claw. You can hold that. And push the product through. Just like that. Now, let me show you a couple things that I see people doing wrong pretty much 90% of the time. I'll switch you knives here again. I see people doing this. Now you'll see a lot of professional chefs do that, and you'll see a lot of people who work for Benihana do that. But here again, we're novices. Most of the people that do start out here in Marriott are novices. So what I want you to do is keep that tip down. Use that rocking motion. Practice turning your knuckles under, or turning your fingers under, and using your knuckle as a guide. Just like that. So it does take some practice. I know it took me a little while to learn. But it is something that will benefit you in the future. It will keep your fingertips and your fingernails on your fingers. Now most of our kitchens we have a guide like this that'll show you what size product that we need to cut up. This is a 1-inch cube, a 3/4 inch cube, a 1/2 inch cube, and a 1/4 inch cube. This is a julienne cut, a small julienne cut, and a slice. Okay, if you need to use this, if somebody tells you to go cut you a 1/4 inch cube, you'll know what size it is. Now, I want to quickly demonstrate how to sharpen these knives properly and use the steel on them. Now remember, a steel does not sharpen knives. All the steel does is put an edge back on the knife. Now this here is a multi-oil stone. You'll see there's 3 types of stones on here. There's a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. Let me tip it here and I'll show you. See, there's oil in the bottom of the pan. You don't need much in the bottom, just a little bit, just so it coats the stones. Now you'll see, if you notice on this stone, see how it's bowed in the center? Can you get that shot in there? See how it's bowed there? That is from improper use sharpening a knife. You should have, for example, this stone here. See how straight it is? It might just be that this stone is not being used as much, but as you use it, it should remain that straight all the way across. It shouldn't bow like this here. Okay, let me show you what the difference is. Now when sharpening a knife, you want to take your fingers and put them on the tip of the knife, on on the very tip. Start with the heel and slide it along like this. Okay? Start with the heel on the other side and slide it along to the tip. Again, start with the heel, bring it all the way across the stone. What causes this bowing is this. People will start with the heel, bring it halfway, and stop. And then they'll start over here and back and forth. They won't start on the end. They may start in the center. They're not getting the full use of the stone. It's like using a saw. You want to use the whole blade of the saw rather than just little tiny strokes because you get a better cut. Here again, you want to start with the heel. You work your way across the stone to the tip, just like that. Okay, I have this tip for the camera, but for the most part, what you want to use, flat. If you have some problems with your stone turning like this, which many times this product will do that, take your bar towel, shove it in this end of the stone. That will help control the stone and it won't tip as badly. That will help you when you come across with your fingertips on the blade, just like this. Now, there are three different types of stones here. There is a light coarse stone. I believe that's the heavy coarse. This is the light coarse stone. This is the heavy coarse stone. This is for a very, very dull knife. If your knife is extremely dull, hasn't been sharpened in a while, start with the very coarse stone, bring your knife across. Next, go to the finer coarse stone, bring your knife across, then wipe your knife off and finish it with the extremely fine stone. This will help remove the burrs and it'll give you a tougher edge on the knife. Now, a couple things to remember. When you're sharpening a knife, keep that knife at a 45-degree angle. You want to keep it at a 45-degree angle, and here again, remember, fingertips on the front, bring it across. Just rock it, bring it across, just like that. Now, here at Marriott, we do have our knives sharpened professionally. So you may not have an opportunity to use one of these, but I did want to make sure that you know how to use this device in case there was an opportunity for you to use one. You should be able to find one in each individual kitchen that we have. Here again, a multi-stone sharpener. Now, the sharpening should not be confused with the steel. The steel is used to remove any burrs that you did not remove with the finer stone on the sharpener. It is also to put an edge back on the knife. For example, I just cut up some zucchini here, but let's say I just cut up some chicken or something that had a bone in it, and I hit some of that bone and it dulled my knife a bit. What I want to do is just take it along the steel. This is called a thumb guard. You want to put your thumb behind the thumb guard, start at the tip of the steel, and bring it down. You don't need to move your hand, just remove the knife to the other side. Now each time, you just want to transfer back and forth. This will help put that edge back on the knife. Now remember, this isn't sharpening the knife, this is just helping you put the edge back on the knife and removing any burrs. Now, do not do this over any food product, because what's happening is you'll find that there is a nice fine metal coming off on the steel. This steel is magnetized, so the little burrs are sticking to the steel. When you're done with the steel, wipe it off and put it away.